Hey guys, welcome to another edition of The Gift of Gab. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am answering questions from my DIY demo video. This one comes from Kat, the advocate. Stick around, we're going to find out what she wants to know about e-learning. So Kat had a comment and she said, I'm looking to get into e-learning and any info about e-learning demos would be very much appreciated. And let's talk about it. I think it's great. We got into some of the DIYs of demo making. So e-learning is such a important, and I think at this point, my gosh, huge part of the industry unto itself. I think the biggest thing to understand about anything related to e-learning is that your number one job and who you are, your role, is to be a teacher. That's who you are. That is the character that you are playing 90+% of the time when you are engaging in anything in the e-learning genre. That has to always be at the forefront of your presentation. It's putting yourself in that role of educator, but understanding that educators, like a lot of other professions, right, they vary. There's educators that deal in young children, and there's K through 12, and then there's collegiate, and then there's adult education, and there's foreign language, and there's localization, and there's all kinds of different aspects of education. There's peer-to-peer. You're always looking to show off your skills in education from those different avenues, if you will. But of course, the ones that you're best suited for. You're not necessarily trying to show off all of them, because I think that would be a bit much. I think that's unnecessary. You're trying to narrow the list to say, okay, these are my top. This is where I am best suited as an educator. And then ultimately, an e-learning demo is really about showing that you can carry a subject, that you can keep an audience engaged, that you can keep them interested, that you can keep the material from getting boring or monotonous, that you can keep it lively, somewhat entertaining, and that you can keep it human. Because we all know that classrooms can get kind of dull. And so an e-learning narrator is really there to keep the material, light to some extent, and keep it engaging without it becoming too heavy-handed. And outside of that, I think it's important to show your ability to carry complex text, because some e-learning content can become pretty technical. And so that's a skill set that's often sought out and looked for from the people who are hiring in the e-learning genre. You want to show off some of those linguistic skills and the ability to carry some pretty hefty terminology when necessary. Another thing to keep in mind is that for the most part, your e-learning audiences, they don't necessarily want to be there. Many of them are forced to be there for whatever reason, usually in work training. So try to really keep the content one-on-one. Focus on a singular person, a singular conversation. Don't make it about a group. And keep it engaging. Keep it personable. That goes a long way in keeping your audience engaged. From a demo standpoint, an e-learning demo can definitely be a bit longer than what you typically see in the commercial sphere. It can push something into 1.5-minute, 2-minute neighborhood. That's perfectly fine. The sound design, the production value, it's not as intense as what you see in commercial or some types of narration. It's a little bit more subdued. It's a little bit simpler. A lot of the material is even going to be dry, because that's a little bit more true to life for that art form. And a lot of people honestly choose to make their own e-learning demos because you can. They're not nearly as complex as what you see in some of the other genres. Again, comparing it to commercial, it's a lot simpler. I think it is something that people can achieve more effectively as a home production. And lastly, if you're looking for script content for an e-learning demo, your options are plentiful and really everywhere you look. Any material that acts as a teaching tool, be it a textbook, even though that's a bit dry, but anything that shows or teaches how to do anything, a technical manual, a set of instructions, pamphlets at your doctor's office for any number of things, be it a procedure or a medication, all of it. We are constantly, as a society, surrounded by educational material. It's simply a matter of making some very minor adjustments to the script to make it demo friendly, as opposed to it being a pamphlet or whatever its original form was. But yeah, if it is something that's meant to educate and inform, you've got an e-learning script on your hands. I hope that helps. If you want some more input from me on other types of demos and ways that I can help with your demo or improving upon it or helping you make your first demo, let me know. Reach out. I'd love to talk to you. And for more tips and tricks on demos, take a look at this video. Thanks, guys.
Well, I have a wonderful electronic invention I want you to see. It looks something like this.